We know 1 in 5 people in the city suffer from some form of cardiovascular disease. In the country areas, it's actually a bit higher than that. It's about 1 in 4. And you encounter at the coalface firsthand how difficult it is, the distances involved.
Years ago when I was young, they told me that I had a heart murmur thing, but it wasn't anything to worry about, so I never worried about it. I still played sport, and it was only when I got the flu last year that I was really slow in recovery, and the doctor from Gundia Health Service picked up on it and said, oh, something else is happening. You need to see some other people. And I kept saying, give me some more antibiotics. So I need to go to work. I can't be mucking around the whole time. They did an ECG and that didn't come up great. The invincible me sort of left me, I suppose.
I've lived in Dalby nearly 4 years. My medical condition, I'm a diabetic, hence that sort of limits a lot of the stuff that I do. Unfortunately, I'm a bit of a revhead. When I was in Toowoomba, I took the Subaru in to get the exhaust fitted. When I was walking back from Grand Central, it was a bit of a uphill walk, and every now and then I'd noticed that I was getting a bit of pain coming across the radiator and across there. And of course, next thing I know, I'm up at the hospital with all the wiring hanging off me like an old car.
We all know that the Indigenous population suffer, in a big way, heart conditions.
The burden of displacement from your community to have to travel to and fro before someone could tell you if the pain in your chest has got anything to do with your heart, it causes a lot of stress.
How am I going to get days off work to do that? How am I going to get there? How am I going to find the money? A lot of people will be like me, unaware of what they've actually got wrong with them. When the doctor from Gundia decided that I needed to get additional help, he referred me to Heart of Australia, and I said, well, who's that and what are they? And I'm not going to Brisbane. And he went, no, it's a specialised service that's on the road.
For the Indigenous communities, one of the things we've found is they really appreciate trying to look after the patient within their existing cultural framework.
The convenience of having the truck is probably what set me on the pathway to getting proper medical assistance. And they showed me that I had all the heart damage sort of on the outside of my heart, which is really lucky for me that it wasn't sort of inside.
And so Heart of Australia is not only diagnostics, but it's early diagnosing. Best of all is that there is a cardiologist to sign off on it.
But having that here saves me from going out of town, going to Brisbane. They're like family, really, when you get to know them. It's really good for the community. Not just for the Aboriginal community, but for the whole community itself.
It's easy. It's only walking distance. See the doc, a couple of hours, whatever you got to do for that, and head home.
To have the high-end health services is critical to improving health outcomes for the Indigenous population.
We've taken an idea from a vision to a reality, and the referrals to the service is growing almost exponentially.
Visiting Rolf and his team at Heart of Australia van has actually closed the gap, even if it's only just a tiny bit on our life expectancies. And if this van keeps going that across, the breadth of Australia, that'd actually close that gap a lot more. And it's obviously a dream, and it's a dream that's coming true.